Well, my project involves a group of 39 students that are in my Principles of Marketing class. It's a junior level class required by all business majors, and all of them have an iPad that has been loaned to them by the university, except for one student. She owns her own. But the basic purpose of this class as an experiment is to try to identify ways that the iPad or a mobile device could be used to increase student interest in the subject matter, but also increase their engagement and hopefully their ability to learn any place they happen to be at any point in time. Can they use a device to do assignments in more efficient manners? Can they do it higher quality, like collaborating with teammates through some of the mobile communications tools like FaceTime or Skype? Can they use those to improve the quality of a group experience as one? Are they doing things with my class in places they wouldn't otherwise be doing? In other words, you think of typically do things in the classroom, or you do things in the library, or you do things at home or at work, I guess. And there's places in between. They could be scrolling through their electronic textbook and reading things before going to class, or they could be taking notes, or this class, a marketing class, there's lots of things they see and are supposed to be observant about, like maybe on the side of one of the buildings or in front of the library there's a poster, an advertisement for something going on campus. They might take a snapshot of that with their iPad and bring it to class and say, here's an example of a poster that is not very good at marketing. It didn't do something like, so they can, wherever they are, they can take pictures and bring them. Of course, they can do this with cell phones too. It's not just an iPad, but the advantage of iPads is a little bit larger for students to work with and do things on versus like typing versus obviously a smaller device. So I know a lot of them really like having the electronic textbook because they don't have to lug around a 2-inch thick book that weighs 10 pounds, wherever they weigh now, and it's an electronic book which they can keep even though they won't have the iPad after the semester. They still own that book and be able to access it with other devices that they might happen to own. So versus a book they would rent, so to speak. So there's a mobile app for Blackboard which is on their iPads where they can easily access the course in class or any place that they are and get information easier than for the regular Blackboard site, or where they might not have an internet connection. They just use a Wi-Fi connection at a Starbucks or something of that nature. Today in class they were to bring in a list of possible brand names for the product, and one of the persons on the team was supposed to display that for us up front on the screen, and they do that from their seat there wirelessly through the Apple TV. They can display things, and the rest of the class could react to it, do that. Now, the other way that could have been done is they sent the information to me. I put on PowerPoint slide and put it up through a regular projection system, or there's other ways of doing it, but the idea is faster and easier to do from one seat. So that's one example, is using it just to get feedback from other students. I think they have a good role. I don't think they're a panacea, like this is a solution to mobile learning, that every student in the world have an iPad. But with iPads and iPhones and Android devices, I mean, there's lots of, if we can develop some learning engagement opportunities that no matter what kind of device a student has, that it works to accomplish this, I think that's our goal versus becoming an Apple University or something.
That's what I do.